Hi, I'm Stephen Han. I'm here to show you the new Krypton target bows that we've had built. I first saw these on the 24th of December. The Kryptons, I really like them, so I asked for some to be made in Target. Now, since then, Martin have produced the purple carbon finish, which is that there. To me, it's a nice finish. The Krypton's a wonderful bow, nice and light. I'll just take you through the specs, but it doesn't pop enough. It's it's a nice finish and looks cool, but it's not bright and coloured like I'd expect for a target bow. People shooting target archery, the bows are generally bright and colourful, and that's what I was looking for. And this is the normal Martin black Krypton, so it's a black carbon finish, which is fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's just I wanted a target bow which was low cost, which was a nice shooting target bow that people would shoot well with and it looked great. So that's what I wanted. So Martin produced for me standard limbs and blank risers, and then we set about work to paint them. Tried powder coating, tried spray painting, so I'm going to show you the finished product that we've made. This is the orange. So this is a powder coat finish. It's made right here in Lonsdale in South Australia. There's about 6 powder coaters within 2 to 3 k's of where we're situated. It's a heavy industrial area. They used to make cars in this area. So there's a lot of industry here. This is a powder coat finish. It's very strong and durable. It's available in all different colours. These are the colours I chose. It's a bright orange. Now I fitted to it America's Best strings, and they're a bright orange and black. I'd like matching cable guards, but so far I haven't got a bright orange one. But to me this is a nice bow, and I'll take you through the other colours that we've done. I'll show you those. This is a light blue. Once again, America's Best strings, and I've put on a slippery slide from AAE. It's a really nice cable guard. It runs smoothly. America's Best strings are great. This is a blue and black, obviously a blue and black bow. Really nice. This is a wine brie sort of finished in a target bow. I think it looks nice. Hasn't got the matching strings. This has just got the standard Martin strings, but I will eventually fit the America's Best to it. Now my first step was to spray paint these bows to make them bright and colourful, but I had all sorts of problems spray painting. I tried to get them spray painted professionally, and they were looking at $200 to $300 for a standard colour, nothing fancy, and this is a $450 bow, so it was too much. So my first powder coating I got done, I got some dots appearing in the paint. They were the first bows you saw. There was little dimples, which you have to look close to, but I wasn't happy with it. And what happened was when they do a powder coat, they actually bake the paint on, and that was the gas coming out from the riser. Now this company, this is an absolute perfect finish. This is a fire red. Different company did this for me. They baked it they degassed it at a higher temperature, 230, and they powder coated it at 190 degrees, and it came through absolutely perfect. So I got them to do more. So this is the red. It's got the matching America's Best strings, which once again nice. Now this one, basically they had 2 colours there, which is not a standard powder coat, and I said I'd really like to see those. This is a shinier colour. It's like a mirrored, I'm going to call it a mirrored shiny chromed red, dark red, almost like a purple, and it's got a metallic in it. If you can see up sort of close, it kind of mirrors. To me it's a beautiful finish. Now, one of the problems I had with this one, and obviously when you paint stuff, you have problems. This is thicker than a normal powder coat, so the little bolts here, we've got to rub out the holes. When we've got to re-tap all the finishes. So to powder coat a bow is not as simple as you're going, look, I'd like, you know, another bow powder coated. It's not a simple process, but for me, I wanted a cheap, economical, good shooting target bow that looked cool for beginners, and so that's why I said about this. It's not to make money. And people go, oh yeah, you do everything to make money. Not at all. This for people to build this bow inside my shop took an hour, and then I've got to go through and fix that up. The powder coating obviously costs money. The new cables cost money. It's much easier to buy a bow already from the manufacturer, already done. So it's not about making money. It's and I'm pretty silly to do it, but I'm a target archer. I like target archery. I like people shooting. I like people having fun with archery, and I don't have a cheap target bow. So that's what this is. And people are going to say there are cheap target bows out there, and they are cheap and they're nasty. So this has got, and I'll just take you through some of the specs which makes this bow outstanding, but this is the blue, and this is a metallic blue. I'm going to go up really close. It's a metallic blue, and it's like shiny. It's absolutely spectacular. It's one of the nicest paints I've sort of seen in a bow. It's just outstanding. They take a lot more time to do this, but I think the finish is, and it costs more money than the standard powder coat too, but the finish is just awesome. So the reason I like this bow, if you've seen my videos before on this bow, my thing's unchanged. It's got a position here, so you can go from a standard draw length to -1, -2. Each one of those reduces the poundage by 10 pounds, and also the draw length by 1 inch. You've got a rotating module just here, so you can adjust the draw length. So this bow will basically suit anybody. It's 3.2 pounds in mass weight, so it's basically one of the lightest bows ever made. It has a draw stop down the bottom here, a limb stop. So this here, as you draw it back, will hit the limb. So it's a solid draw. It's a very smooth draw. So this bow is great for anyone starting out in archery. And if you then upgrade, you can pass it to your wife, your kids, husband, basically suit anybody. And there's many bows made that suit anybody. The Mission Craze, the Bear Cruiser, and they do those in colours, kind of a camo, you know, blue with a thing, but they're not shiny like this. The Hoyt Ignite comes in target colours, but it's not a shiny and not a thing like this. But it doesn't have these features. It doesn't have draw stops. They're not ultralight bows. The Ignite has a brace here, but it's not a cam system like this. It's a very basic cam system. It doesn't have the speed of this bow. This bow's 315 feet per second. So it's great. Now when you come into my shop, I allow people to shoot whatever bow they want. So if you come in and go, look, I'm interested in a $400 bow, then you've got, you know, the Martin Krypton, PSC Stinger, Mission Craze, Hoyt Ignite. I'm going to miss some, but they're the main ones. And really, when it comes down to it, and my Matthews people and the Bear people are going to hate me, when it comes down to it, it really comes down to the PSC Stinger versus the Martin Krypton. And what I've found is the Krypton's got more poundage adjustment than the PSC Stinger. The limbs are a little bit more parallel on the Krypton, so you get a little bit less shock with the Krypton than the Stinger. The limbs aren't quite as compressed as the PSC Stinger. I would say the Stinger is a more refined bow than the Krypton. And when I say refined, easier to make draw length adjustments. So with the PSC, you move it from draw length position A, move the draw stop to position A. With the Martin, it's a variable draw stop, so I can change the let off on this from 80% to 65 to 70% just by moving the position of this. So it's it really gets down to the Krypton versus the Stinger, and I give people all the bows to shoot. People generally spend a few hours here deciding which bow they're going to choose. But overall, some people have chosen the Stinger over the Krypton, but the Krypton has been hugely successful in a retail sense. When people come in and they go, which bow am I going to buy? They generally find the Krypton's got less shock. It's a nicer draw cycle, and it's got more adjustability. So that means they can hand it down to people. So that's, my feedback that customers are giving me. I love PSE. The Matthews produce a fantastic product. Bear's a great product. But getting down to the bare nuts and bones, what's the best value, the best shooting bow on the market, I think the Krypton is really, really good. And that's not me pushing it from a sales perspective, and it sounds like it, and people are going to say, yes, it is. But when you come in here, there have been people who have chosen Stingers over this. There's been people who have chosen the purple Stinger. Women like the purple Stinger over the Martin Krypton. But this has sold extremely well for me, and it's been the most popular for walk-in customers' bow I have in my shop. Now, just to emphasize that point, Mission have stopped the craze. They're about to release their new bow for 2015, and I think they'll get released in a couple of weeks. And I expect that bow will have, and I don't know what it will have because they haven't announced what it will have, but I assume it will have sort of features that these sorts of bows like the Stinger and the Krypton have to make it competitive to these bows. Because this at $450, and I'm selling this for $550 in a Target version, so you've got new strings on it and the paint finish. I assume it'll be a pretty competitive bow, but at this price point there is nothing even close to this. I would say the closest bow, Target bow, to this that I could compare it to, this is, to me, is far better than the Hoyt Charger, and no one's ever brought a Hoyt Charger who shot the Hoyt Charger over this. You're really starting to compare it to $1,000 target shooting bows, so you're going to be starting to compare it against the Supras, PC Supras, $1,000 target bows. It's an awesome bow. Now, if you're an archery shop, think about it. Martin, it costs the same for them to send it to you blank, so there's a lot of work for you. But if you've got a powder coater near you, you can have them done. It's a bit of work to rebuild the bows, but I think the finish is awesome. And I've been into over 80 shops in America, 80 archery shops when I visit America. And there's not a lot of target bows in shops in America because it's generally camo or black. But I think it looks awesome, and recreational archery is becoming huge, or is huge. So anyway, and if you're in Europe or England, you don't have a cheap target bow. So talk to Martin about these bows, and maybe they can powder coat them for you. But I think it looks awesome. So thank you, Stephen Hand, Archery Supplies. Thank you. Bye.